It's now time for Remember When with Uncle John. John Guess, Ouachita County's resident storyteller and local historian. Sit back now and enjoy a walk down memory lane as John recalls the days of yesteryear in his own unique way. You never know, some of it might even be true. So here's Uncle John, along with his trusty sidekick, Kelly Blair.
Back on Remember When with Uncle John. Well, here we are, rolling right along all the way up to Thursday. Next best thing to a Friday. What do you want to talk about today, John? I mean, it's a brand new year, new year, new me, all that kind of good stuff.
Well, we're a few days removed, but you want to talk about the Liberty Bowl?
Sure, I could talk about the Hogs all the time.
Man, I'm going to tell you what, boy, they scooted out of there with a victory, didn't they?
Well, I to full confession here, I was at a basketball tournament, the Holiday Classic, which they have over here at Camden Fairview every year, and it never fails. Anytime Arkansas is not playing on a New Year's Day bowl, I end up missing the Arkansas game, whatever bowl they're playing in, because I'm occupied with the Holiday Classic, have been for like the last 30, 35 years. But because of modern technology, I did have this pulled up on the old laptop computer. Big smile on my face, kicked back with my shoes on the table. Boy, we're just kicking butt and taking names and got an 18-point lead, and we're just rolling. And then all of a sudden, what the heck happened?
Bam!
I'm telling you, it's like the other shoe dropped, They scored, onside kick, they scored. It's like, you got to be kidding me.
Yeah.
Everything that could go wrong did go wrong.
Yeah, everything except the end.
Yeah, there you go.
I don't know what to say about it. It was a great game. I watched 90% of it, 95% of it.
Let me back up a half a step. You like the new overtime rules where after the third overtime or going into the third overtime, they just go for a 2-point conversion?
Well, I didn't know that was the situation until then, but yeah, that was kind of
that was interesting.
That was interesting.
And Arkansas is one of, I don't know that we can claim we're the only one, but Arkansas is one of the teams responsible for that. Nobody has played more overtimes and long overtime games as much as Arkansas.
I remember the one at War Memorial Stadium.
Yeah, Ole Miss.
Ole Miss, yeah.
Was that War Memorial?
Was it War Memorial?
I think so, maybe,
I
possibly.
think it was,
I can't remember if that was at Oxford or War Memorial.
I think it was War Memorial, but yeah, I remember that one.
Seven
That was the longest in history, wasn't it?
That's probably the greatest game that I've ever seen, and that was the longest game ever at the time. I think somebody came back and went a little further than that maybe later on. But Arkansas had another 7 overtime game against Kentucky and had a 6 overtime game against Tennessee, all within about a 5-year period of time there.
Yeah. Well, it was a great game. Like I said, we came out winners. I wasn't so sure there in the last few minutes, but it was a good game, though. I mean, it was a good game considering all the players that we lost, to the transfer portal, the injuries, the people that got hurt, maybe the mood, the mood the last few weeks, But I was satisfied with it, and Walmart's selling a ton of them shirts, Liberty Bowl,
Liberty Bowl champions,
Liberty Bowl champions.
There you go.
Yeah,
I will admit I got a little frustrated because after the game, once I was finally done with the high school tournament games and all that, and I went home and I plopped down in my recliner and I'm looking all through Facebook, and people are just unloading right and left. You've heard of a moral victory when you actually lose the game, but you played so well and you did so good against somebody maybe you thought was going to kick your butt or something like that. You still feel like you won even though you lost. Well, apparently Arkansas had a moral loss instead of a moral victory because they won the game. I'd like to remind everybody they won the game, okay? But with all the comments that you saw after it, you didn't think so, man. People were – I got a very good friend said he's done. He's done with Arkansas. Of course, that's this week. He'll be back next week. Don't worry about it. But, I mean, he's done with Arkansas. He's tired of following them. If they can't beat a Kansas team and they can't hold on to an 18-point lead and blah, blah, blah. And people were calling the coaches' names, and people were saying Sam Pittman because we're obviously going in the wrong direction. And, folks, we won the game.
Well, I'll go on record right now as saying we're going to beat Alabama next year and be national champions.
There you go.
So everybody get behind me.
Well, now, wait a minute. Let's start with beating Alabama. We'll work on national champions after that.
Oh, it's just a matter of time.
Let's beat Alabama. I'll take a win over Alabama.
They may get beat by somebody like Bethune-Cookman, but
for Pete's
they're going to beat everybody.
As long as we don't have Liberty on the schedule, maybe we'll be okay. I tell you what, it's hard being a Razorback fan. But, hey, folks, keep in mind, they didn't have 25 scholarship players going into that bowl game. They lost their starting running back and one of their starting linemen within the first quarter of the game. And they won the game.
Woo pig suey.
Just win, baby.
Woo
All right,
pig suey.
that's going to wrap up Remember When with Uncle John here for today. But we want to thank the Shopper's Guide. We want to thank Sherwin-Williams House Paint. We want to thank ProMed Ambulance Service for being our sponsors on this wonderful little show.
See you tomorrow, Kelly.
You've been listening to Remember When with Uncle John on Y95. This broadcast can be heard each weekday morning at 6:45 on South Arkansas's favorite station, Y95.